Why is that?
He grates me the wrong way. His delivery, his opinion. He's not a big Alabama guy at all.
Yeah.
He seems to find strength.
Oh, didn't he? He was the one that said that Gus Malzahn was going to dominate Nick Saban,
and he's he's not a Saban guy either. He's also entitled to his own opinion. And if he's going to put you on his podcast, and sell your books, I'm okay with it.
Hey, I'm okay
because it's you.
I'm okay with it too. I'm okay with it too.
Do you like him, Jay?
I don't like his approach. I don't like that, but he's been very successful. So you got to attribute that to that he has been talented enough to do what he's done, and again, some of the questioning, some of the way that he goes about with coaches and players, not just Alabama but other stuff. But that's been his kind of his thing, his take, the way that he does presents the show and stuff, and he's had a ton of success. So you can't argue with that.
I will tell you this: he is well prepared, and he knows his stuff. And to me, that gives you credibility, even when I don't, like Jay said, like your approach.
He's got a pretty massive staff that helps him too. That gives him notes and gives him questions to ask and does research. And
you wouldn't believe how big that is.
Like too many. I mean, like
I think he's got like 3 or 4 people that are
doing research.
Yeah, they're a part of the show, and again, I'm very grateful that he had me on his show yesterday, and
could you imagine just having 2 Josh Smiths?
Oh my God! Yeah, so we would be the most prepared show on the planet.
So he's got that and more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been around whether it's been TV, not just sports talk, but TV. You have to. I mean, the at that level, the producers and everybody that puts everything in place. I mean, the shows are pretty much drawn out for you, and now you're the talent to go in and try to execute the show.
Right.
And the plays are there, and the information, all that. Now it's about you bringing it out and being able to pull things from that and create controversy or whatever else.
Now we're running our place. We're designing the place. We don't have a staff like that. Although Josh is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you got the computer screen in front of you. Ask the people on BamaInsider whether or not they like Colin Cowherd. And at the end of the show, what do you go to BamaInsider?
They're right there.
.com and boom.
Yeah, BamaInsider.com, but YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and just put in our channel. You just put in search Bama Insider. You can also put in Alabama football. It'll bring you right show. We're live every day from noon to 2. You like, subscribe, all that, and then your comments coming in. Julie says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Roll Tide." Colby says, "What's up, RTR until we play in Atlanta." That's the big Georgia fan. And also, Love Bama says, "Roll Tide and let's go" on this Friday afternoon. So good stuff. Yeah, let us know about your views on him, and I'm sure for Lars' sake, keep him clean, keep him good.
Yeah. Well, but before we dive into the games and Stan White, I have to ask you guys. So it was about 20 minutes after the Cowherd show. I am doing work with another writer. We're putting together a book, and I'm in his office, and I'm reading something, and I walk straight into the side of a glass door that has a really sharp edge. And it just slices the top of my forehead. And like, I almost dropped to the ground like a bag of rocks. And at first I thought I had a concussion. And whenever you get a cut in your head, on your head, a lot of blood. So it was not the prettiest scene. But
maybe you guys do a fight.
No, I mean, I wish I had like a better story. Like, I got in a bar fight, but you should have seen the other guy.
If you hadn't told everybody, we could have sat here and made one up during the break.
Anyway, makeup can cover this up if I have to do TV on Monday.
I could help you.
Are you serious?
Seriously, there's a thing called concealer, and
it can cover up this.
I did a lot of TV, and I know.
All right, you and I. Can you do my makeup for me on Monday?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you.
But by the way, I remember when I first got into television and I was wearing makeup. I went on a date with a pretty young lady, and it was after the show. And she turned to me and she said, "I've never had a man get makeup on my shirt."
Did you have a second date?
Yeah.
Okay. Jay, have you ever had to wear makeup for a TV show?
Yeah. TV commercials, all that. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I got makeup on right.
Jay, you're such a tall, striking, handsome man. You don't need it. Lars and I need it.
Yes.
But no, there's a couple of items. Kit, sure, that needs to be the theme of our whole show. Can Matt hide Lars's scar? By the way, can you see it? Jay, I can't tell from this time. Can you see his?
I really can't.
On his camera?
So there it is.
I just tried to lean into the camera.
The camera put on, and we put some bright light right there on his forehead. So you really,
you really can't.
Very well.
It's ghosting out. So
yeah. All right, we'll continue. And hour number one, Stan White's coming up next. Stay with us. We'll get it on Auburn and Ole Miss coming up this weekend. Before we do that, Rock and Roll Sushi, one of our great sponsors, they're looking for workers right now. We've been talking about this from hostesses, dishwashers, cooks, anything. They need workers at Rock and Roll Sushi. Not just here in Birmingham, new location, 5th Avenue South, Richard Arrington Boulevard, but all throughout, there are almost 56 locations now throughout the Southeast. They're all throughout our listening area, so check them out for yourself. Amplified dining experience at Rock and Roll Sushi. It started in Mobile, Alabama in a modest 1,000 square foot space, now expanded over 50 locations. And again, you go in, you get the rolls you love, the music you love, and you do it with the people you love. That's the amplified experience you get only at Rock and Roll Sushi. So check it out for yourself. Lunch or dinner, the biggest hit in restaurant business, Rock and Roll Sushi.
I want to ask Stan White about that commercial y'all did, and we're going to do that on the other side of this road.
Sounds good.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Don't miss the grand reopening of Tuscaloosa Locksmith and Gunsmith's new location this Saturday from 10 till 2 with food and door prizes. Located at 1605 23rd Avenue, Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa Tire and Service. They've got the big brands you know and trust. Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Cooper, and they can finance for you as well. When you need routine maintenance and alignment, a tune-up, whatever it is, belts, hoses, just basic stuff, or when you don't know what's wrong with your car, truck, or SUV, make it Tuscaloosa Tire and Service. They're dependable, they're trustworthy. That's why they've lasted for over 36 years. Skyland Boulevard, McFarland Boulevard East in Northport on Lurleen Wallace Boulevard. Check out the website, TuscaloosaTireandService.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. These pills work for men and women to improve their sexual performance. And now for the price of 2 or 3 pills, you can get nearly 100. There's no need to pay expensive prices for Viagra or Cialis. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Change your life for the better and have fun. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
800-288-9657. 800-288-9657. 800-288-9657. Again, that's 800-288-9657.
Sip and save at Circle K with our great new drink subscription. Join Sip and Save today and enjoy one drink a day every day for just $5.99 a month. Enjoy your favorite Circle K ice-cold fountain drink, Froster, or freshly ground coffee every day. That's 30 drinks a month for only $5.99. So sip and save at Circle K. Sign up in-store or at CircleK.com. Circle K. Take it easy.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seats while the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Don't miss the grand reopening of Tuscaloosa Locksmith and Gunsmith's new location this Saturday from 10 till 2 with food and door prizes. Located at 1605 23rd Avenue, Tuscaloosa.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A cold late October day, mostly cloudy through tonight. We'll have some light rain or a drizzle at times. The high today 54, tonight's low 48. Tomorrow very cool, mostly cloudy, a small chance of a shower during the day. The high 58. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 53 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
All right, welcome back in as we continue live from AVX Audio Video Excellence. And just Stan White up here in just 1 second, and I get the call in number for him. But I hope you're having a great Friday so far. And it is a bye week for Alabama. But good matchups. Florida, Georgia, especially, and Auburn, Ole Miss in the SEC. Some other national big games that we'll dive into as well that have implications in the Big Ten. And also in the Pac-12 and other conferences around the country. And, man, we saw the other day, before we get stand-up, Lars, I know because I want Matt to be the first one to ask that teaser that he asked going out of the break.
Well,
but
we got to get Stan in first.
Exactly. So the Conference USA continues to lose teams. How much longer does this conference stay up? I mean, they lost, what, 2 more just the other day?
Yeah, Southern Miss and Old Dominion have they're joining the Sun Belt.
Yeah, I mean they're trying right now. Conference USA is looking to add 3 to 4 teams because Marshall is going to the Sun Belt, and right now there's interest with New Mexico State and Liberty making the jump to Conference USA. By the way, Malik Willis, I mean he's being discussed. He's being discussed as the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. How in the heck did he leave Auburn?
And same thing with Fields. Mm-hmm. You know, how does he leave Georgia? You know,
Justin Fields looks lost in the NFL right now.
I watched part of it. It was hard to watch.
He's just got a learning curve.
So did Zach. Yeah. Zach Wilson. I mean, he's hurt now. The quarterback with the Jets, the 2nd overall pick, absolutely he looks dumbfounded out there.
Meanwhile, there's Aaron Rodgers. Just real quick, I know I'm taking a sharp right. Did you watch the end of the game? Oh no, I don't know. You were.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to get flagged for trying to do it.
Jay, you saw. I'm sure you saw the interception at the end of the game, right? 15 seconds left. Arizona's got the ball at about the 10-yard line or so.
They're inside that. They're inside the 10, weren't they? Like 6.
Okay, so he's throwing basically a high ball to AJ Green in the right corner of the end zone, and AJ doesn't even turn around. And AJ's 6'4", mm-hmm. And how can it be such a massive miscommunication on the most important play of the game?
It looked like just a bad throw, didn't it? I mean, more the placement of the ball,
but AJ didn't even turn around.
Yeah. And
they were on a totally different page. AJ thought it was a different play.
Obviously, they had a huge communication breakdown. But I don't understand.
But AJ Green is so good at going up high.
Yeah,
he's 6'4", and he's got these really long arms.
I think had he been aware, he would have been.
It would have been a touchdown. If he knew what the play was, it would have been the result of that game would have been different.
Sometimes on the goal line, though, and down there, it's readout, right? So you're reading it, and it's not even about. I mean, it is about being on the same page, but if the receiver reads it different than the quarterback, so you get back to film or you get back after the game and you go, okay, the receiver was right. I mean, he ran the right route based on what the coverage showed, and the quarterback was the one that messed up, or vice versa. So it's the communication. Sometimes, I mean, that's the hard part about the read routes in the goal line without saying this is what we're going to do. You know, unless it's a, you know, normally you can back shoulder a guy and he can make that adjustment and knows that if a guy's even with him or ahead of him, that you're going to try to back shoulder in the end zone area.
That's exactly what it was. It's a back shoulder throw. Yeah. It's funny though. Everybody's blaming AJ, including myself. I just did it. Everybody's blaming AJ Green, and Jay, you're saying that could be on Kyler Murray.
And it's a great point. That's why we have a quarterback in the room.
Yeah, because it's really just you're both reading it out. So and really it's both could be right. I mean, one could say I feel like I can go over the top of the guy. The other guy thinks no, I'm going to back shoulder it. And that's the beauty of the play, and also what can happen if the play breaks down can be dangerous. So, all right, Stan White is going to join us now. He is the former Auburn quarterback and also color analyst for the Auburn Radio Network, and they've got a big one coming up this weekend. The Ole Miss Rebels travel into Jordan-Hare, and going to be a great matchup. Stan, great to have you on. Thanks for being with us, man.
Hey, my pleasure, Jay. Hope you guys are doing well.
Thank you. Yes. Hopefully you are as well and your family. I'm going to let Matt Coulter. He had a tease question going into the break.
Well, hey, Stan.
Stan, I remember this.
How you been, man?
I'm doing great, Matthew. Good to talk to you, bud.
You too. We were diving off the deep end yesterday on the Jay Barker show, and he started talking about the first TV commercial he ever did, and it was evidently with you. Do you recall the event, and who was it for?
Well, I did Conecuh TV, and Stan and I did a Barks Root Beer commercial. It was a national commercial we did that we didn't do it together, but they taped both of us and made it sound like we were having a conversation together because he at that time was with the New York Giants, right, Stan?
I believe that's correct, man. We're going way back. I'm like having to refilter the brain on that one, but yeah, you're right. I believe I was with New York, and yeah, that's going way back into the 90s. So yeah, that's good memory right there.
Do y'all still have a copy of it? I'd like to see it. I know I saw it when it came out, but
it wasn't a TV. Again, it was all radio.
It was all radio. I still like
national regional radio and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was. I bet we sounded so bad.
No, I bet you've become a polished broadcaster. And I told Stan 2 years into his gig at Auburn, I said, you wanted to pursue this, you could do sidelines for network. Yeah, Stan is phenomenal. Good. But anyway, enough about commercials. Give us your spin on Ole Miss.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be a great game. It should be a great atmosphere. You know, Auburn has not had. I'm glad they've got a 6:00 kick, and just looking forward to the night atmosphere down there. Of course, Matt Corral, everybody knows about him. He's a potential Heisman candidate, and their offense under Lane Kiffin. But you know, oddly enough, they're I think in the top 5, maybe the 3rd best rushing team in the nation so far. So it's going to be a big challenge. But you know, Auburn coming off an off week, a really good win on the road against a ranked Arkansas team. Hopefully they've gotten healed up a little bit. Hoping Owen Papo and some others can get back in there. So I think it should be a great game. I mean, it's Auburn's going to have to score some points, obviously. You know, and their defense is going to be big time challenged. But yeah, I like where Auburn sits with it. It should be a really good matchup.
Stan, what has been the difference in Bo Nix against Arkansas? He completes 81% of his passes. He's not making a ton of big mistakes anymore. He's moving the offense pretty well. What have you seen? It seems like to me a transformation is taking place right before our eyes.
Yeah, I think the one thing that Bo has been able to kind of corral, so to speak, is that he plays with it himself more. He seems like he's playing with it himself more this year, whereas at times in the past, I think that he felt so much pressure that he had to make every single play. And you know, he's never been one to throw a lot of interceptions. I mean, he didn't follow my path. I thought I could throw it, you know, in between 4 defenders, but he's never been one to really throw a lot of picks. but at times he's been one to try to make too much out of nothing. And I think that he's maybe grown into realizing that, look, sometimes it's better to just throw that ball away or maybe just try to get back to line of scrimmage and just live to fight another day. And of course, he's making his share of plays. But I think the biggest thing is when Auburn's offense is successful, then he is really a good part of the running game. Whether it be naked bootlegs, whether it be just the reads, the RPOs where he keeps it. And so we saw that against Arkansas. They had that game-sealing touchdown run of about 25 yards or so. And I think that's what's helped Bo Nix and his offense is when he's able to use his athleticism and just play within himself and within the scheme.
We're visiting with Stan White, again, color analyst of the Auburn Tigers and also a former quarterback for the Auburn Tigers, NFL quarterback as well. Is it just going to be run? I mean, you look back, I guess the last time 200 yards rushing for this offense was, Akron, I guess, in Alabama State. And I know they want to try to keep this team off the field because they're scoring potential running and throwing. I mean, is that going to be the game plan? Do you think Harsin wants to have a big day in rushing over 200 yards or at least get close?
I think that would be a big recipe. That if there's one area that Auburn has kind of lacked in the last couple of weeks is that consistent running game. They were able to run it really well early, ran it against Penn State really well at times. LSU late in the game, they ran it well. And I think if you see Auburn, if they can get up to that 200-plus mark, then I think it would be a good day for Auburn because, Bo Nix, if he can get in that 40 to 50-yard range, and then, of course, Tank Bigsby is one that I'd love to see him get it about 20, 25 times. Of course, Jarquez Hunter has been a really, really good bright spot back there. And Sean Shivers has really kind of made himself into one of those third down guys out of the backfield. So it's clearly running the ball. It's been Tank Bigsby or Jarquez Hunter. So, yeah, I think that they would love to be able to put up close to 200 more on that Ole Miss offense. And it does one of two things. Like you said, it keeps Matt Corral and that dangerous offense off the sideline. And also it kind of long drives eats up clock because Ole Miss has a knack for making you play their style. And Auburn still may have to do that, but they want you to get into a 52 to 51 type of game like they had with Arkansas. And so, if Auburn can run it and just move the chains, then that gives them less opportunity to put up that 50 spot.
And you definitely have your finger on the pulse of the Auburn fan base. And so how do they feel right now about Brian Harsin? And second question is, what is the biggest difference between the Harsin offense and Gus Malzahn's offense?
Oh, well, first answer, I believe the Auburn faithful is really excited about what they've seen and the future as well. Brian's a no-nonsense guy. I don't think he cares, who he offends. If he offends anyone, he's very confident in what his plan is, and he knows. I talked to him out in Fayetteville, and I basically said, you came into the hardest football coaching job in Division I. Or an FBS, and I said, just because of what Alabama's been doing, and he didn't blink. He relished it. He goes, "We're going to get there." He goes, "We're going to get there." And it wasn't an arrogance by any means. It was a confidence that, hey, my plan. I believe in my plan. I believe these kids believe in it, and we're going to get there. And so I appreciated that. As far as differences that I've seen, one thing is their running style, Auburn's is more of a downhill, old school type running, and that's probably a mixture of Brian Harsin and Mike Bobo. They run more under center, Auburn does, and they will do a little bit of old fashioned pro eye sets with the tight end, 3 tight ends at times. Of course, this year you've seen the tight end involved in more of the offense than you've seen in the last 10 years. So those are just a few of the subtle differences that I've seen. And I love utilizing the tight end. That tight end room at Auburn has got a lot of bodies, and so you got to utilize your strength.
Stan, one of the few criticisms I've heard of this football team may not be warranted. That's why I'm asking the question, but it seems to be that I don't know if Tank is getting the touches that I expected him to get going into the season. And it doesn't seem like Auburn doesn't seem like they have what they really need, especially tomorrow, and that's a power running game. Am I wrong?
Yeah, well, that's the one thing I think that would be the goal. Yeah, you have not seen them this year. You know, the teams they played early on, yeah, they were able to put up some good running numbers. But recently they have not been able to just put up that 150, 200, 220. Now, late in the game against Arkansas, you see them do that, and you saw glimpses of it against LSU. The one area that I think what surprises some people is late in games, Tank Bigsby has been a little bit absent. It's been Jarquez Hunter. I don't know if that's by design or just by comfort or whatever, but a true freshman has been in there at running back the last couple of drives late in games to put games away or to win games. So that shows a confidence level in Hunter. And I can only imagine, and I hope that this last stretch they've been kind of getting to the bye week and that Tank Bigsby, especially with this stretch of coming up on SEC games, that he will be that bell cow that we were all kind of looking at the beginning of the year. And so that's what I hope to see. And I'm sure that's what Mike Bobo and Brian Harsin would love. They'd love nothing more to have a 150-yard rusher or 120-yard rushing by their one tailback and maybe another 70 or 80 by their number two, maybe 40 for their quarterback. So that would be a great recipe.
Stan White, color analyst, Auburn Radio Network, and we're talking Auburn Ole Miss coming up this weekend in Jordan-Hare Stadium, and night game, which is going to be an unbelievable crowd and a great atmosphere. When you look at, we talked about running the ball, and as quarterbacks or just coaches or football players in general, if you can run and win the trenches, stop the run, but also win the giveaway, takeaway. And I think that's a key to be able to take the ball away, whether it's on a fourth down, stopping them, whether it's a turnover. Matt Corral last year, we saw where late season 6 turnovers in one game. He's had 5 this year. He's really done a great job protecting the football. How can Auburn, do you think, disrupt them a little bit and get those turnovers, maybe some non-offensive touchdowns?
Well, that's a good question. I'll tell you, I'm impressed with the way Corral handles himself. I mean, he's a very good athlete. He can run. And I like his release. He's got a strong arm. He's not a 6'5", 240-pound guy. He's not a huge guy by any stretch, but he's a good-sized quarterback. And I think he's a first-rounder, in my opinion. I mean, this is a guy that really has the whole package. Got a good, strong arm, got a good awareness. He obviously runs Lane Kiffin's offense really well. I think the biggest thing that Auburn has to do, the challenge they have to be able to kind of kick the pocket in, but maintain their rush integrity. Meaning that, if you just try to rush and get to him and you run by him, well, that leaves him open spaces to run or pass. So, and he can beat you either way. So I think the biggest thing that it's a controlled rush. And then at times you have to pick and choose to be able to come after him with more than they can block. But you can't do it all the time, because, you want the other bands playing all the time and they'll make you pay. So it's a calculated game with Derek Mason and with his offense, and let alone they can run it too. Now, I mean, they're not just relying on Corral's arm. I mean, he runs it, or Healy runs it. I mean, they're just a very, very good offense, a very difficult offense to prepare for.
Man, great stuff as always, and man, I tell you, it should be a great atmosphere this Saturday night coming up. And Lane Kiffin, a lot of people think, Stan, he's auditioning, that he wants that LSU job. We'll see whether or not LSU looks in that direction. But I know he wants to prove a lot on Saturday night. But I think it'd be a huge win for Coach Harsin and the Auburn Tigers. But we really appreciate your time, my man. Tell the family hello.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. You guys have a safe and happy Halloween.
Thanks,
you too, my man.
Thanks, Stan.
Hey, Stan, real quick.
Yes,
You going to dress up?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I mean,
What are you going to be?
My family, my wife's birthday is she's a I mean this in a complimentary way. She's a witch. She's a Halloween baby. So yeah, this year.
Her and Coach Saban.
Yeah, exactly. Her and Coach Saban. I let the kids choose, and this year we're going back old school to what we did about 4 years ago. We're pulling out the old Rockford Peaches, a league of their own. So I'm going as Jimmy Dugan, Tom Hanks, and my daughter and my wife is going as Rockford Peaches, and I think my son, my oldest son, I believe he's wanting to go because I got, just like you, Jay, I'm sure you got some of your old gear. He may go as a New York Giant football player, And my other son loves the Astros, so he may go as a Houston Astros. So we'll see. I don't. That the two boys are the hardest, man. But we know we're going as the Rockford Peaches, and I'm going as Jimmy Dugan. And I'll probably have my flask like Jimmy Dugan did in the movie.
Yeah, if your son goes to an Astro baseball player, he should have a sign that says, "Here's your sign," so he can show that.
That's very clever. Deep thoughts from Jay Barker.
Exactly. Hey, Stan, thank you, my man.
My pleasure, guys. Y'all
Have a
take
great
care.
one. All right. Thank you. Fully Promoted, great sponsor of the show, but also can help you when it comes to promoting your brand, marketing your brand, helping you find new ideas and ways to brand in a way that really takes your brand to the next level with your product. And they want to help you do that. They have local experts that specialize in putting your logo on team gear, on printed materials, caps, all types of stuff. They can help you when it comes to taking your brand to the next level. That's Fully Promoted. Call them today at 205-406-6430. Mention that you heard the ad right here on the Jay Barker Show. They're going to give you a special offer as well. 205-406-6430. Are you fully promoted? All right, stay with us live from AVX. We'll be back.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team by contacting them at avxinc.com.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. If you're average and you're looking for a new pair of running or walking shoes, I suggest you go to an average shoe store where they'll sell you a pair of average shoes built for the average person with average size feet. But here's the thing, you're not average. No one is. We all exercise differently. We run differently. We walk differently. And our feet come in all sorts of widths and lengths. That's why at the New Balance Birmingham store, we employ fit specialists who will conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot size and shape, along with your gait, and then determine the best New Balance shoes custom fit to you. Because New Balance isn't your average shoe, and you're not average either. Experience the difference an unaverage custom fit makes today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country, and Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds, built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in Jay Barker for a special discount code. That's Jay Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on the Jay Barker Show. Siebel's in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out gofan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit gofan.co now. That's gofan.O.
All right, welcome back in. We went a little long there with Stan, but good long. And always great to talk to him. Always great insight. As you said, he's got his pulse. He got his finger on the pulse when it comes to the Auburn Tigers. We also got Trent Richardson now going to be joining us here momentarily as well. And we're going to have a short segment here before we get back to break and then come back for the end of the show here, hour number one. Let's go through some of the comments and go up to, we got Ricky, Colby, all these guys, LW. Yes, games have been good. All of them could have gone either way. So talking about if Ole Miss beats Auburn and Auburn beats Bama, who knows what will happen? That was from Kobe earlier. LW says Aggie's still in. They have Ole Miss and Auburn coming up. They win. Those Auburn wins the Iron Bowl. Aggies are in against Georgia. Great point. All right, and also Tom McClelland throwing up the thumbs up and the laughing emoji. Keep throwing your comments up there. Don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube and you can search Bama Insider or Alabama Football. You'll find us each and every day from noon until 2 p.m. We're live, and it'll be up there for pretty much eternity on the service there at YouTube. And we appreciate you joining us each and every day with us throughout the radio network. And if you're listening there, get to work or at home, you can always pull us up on YouTube as well there at the Bama Insider YouTube page.
Let me ask you guys the question I threw at Stan, and that is, how do you think Brian Harsin has done so far as Auburn's head coach? We have a good sample size now, and do you think Brian Harsin is a coach that is sort of built to last at Auburn and is going to be around for a while, Jay?
Early on, I wasn't sure because I watched some of the press conferences and thought, okay, he's struggling just a bit. But I'll be honest, I think he's really settled in. But if you listen to, what's his name, the former offensive coordinator got fired 2008 by Tommy Franklin. Yeah. That guy came after him.
Franklin.
Yeah. That was more than just a criticism.
I mean, that was personal. It was.
No question.
I'm not sure what their relationship is or if it's more about Auburn than it is about Coach Harsin, but he didn't have a lot of good things to say, especially with the firing of their wide receiver coach, which we had talked to Antonio about too. I think Antonio has some background information on that and understanding it a little bit more. But since then, they've actually played well. So you got to give him some. He's making some tough moves, but at the same time, he's the head man, Lars, and so right now, as far as grade, I'd probably say B-, maybe C+.
He would never give them an A. You know that, right? I mean, they could be undefeated right now. But
well, they're not undefeated, so I mean, you only get A's if you're undefeated. Yeah.
Yeah, your thoughts, Matt?
Well, I think Stan pointed something out, and I was going to ask him this very question, but he answered it for us. So when he says he's a no nonsense guy, he is, and I'm not, unless y'all want to, going to get into the vaccination thing. But man, he's held his ground on that.
Yeah.
He is, and like it or not, the decision that it's kind of defining him as a person. And have y'all ever seen him laugh?
He's a pretty intense dude.
He really is. And I've heard the word arrogant used a lot, but Stan used the word confidence and made sure that we knew there was a difference.
There's a thin line.
But a lot of people think he pushes more towards the cocky, arrogant side.
Well, I would give him a pretty good grade just because of what he's done with Bo Nix and how Bo is playing at a pretty high level right now. And frankly, at a level we haven't seen him at since he's been at Auburn. So I still think Auburn is probably going to be in the 7-win range. I think it's going to be right at 7, and I think that will meet preseason expectations. Jay or Trent, how do you think so far? Now, how do you think that Brian Harsin has done so far?
I think when you got a new team, and you just, he's been there, a year, 2 years now? A year?
First year.
Yeah, it's been a year now. I think he's doing good as he could. It's different when you start to work with a new team and learn these players and build a relationship with these guys. You look at Nick first year, it wasn't the best season, when he first got there. We actually lost against
La Monroe.
La Monroe. And we lost in a bowl game to, was it
Utah?
Utah. Yeah. And so I think he's doing pretty good. I wouldn't give him an A. But when we talk about Bo Nix, right? It's a thin line between flirting with he's done a good job with Bo Nix, or Bo Nix have done a better job with the situation that he's had. And what I mean by that, I think a lot of coaches get credit for people who just got a lot of talent but don't have the other talent around them. So they're outstanding players at the same time, but I can't give myself credit for what TJ do with his arm because I've never been a quarterback coach, and I'm talking about my son, so I can't give him credit. I can't give myself credit for that. Mm-hmm. And I notice a lot of people ride off, a lot of people, a lot of these players' skill set that they're just blessed with. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that he's not done a great job with Bo Nix, but I'm sitting there saying I don't think Bo was a bad quarterback in the beginning. I think that he's just had these other guys come together and he's been able to build around him more.
That's a great point. I'm really it's like, hey, I taught Henry Aaron how to hit. Had nothing to do.
Yeah, you can't. You can't teach
talent. Yeah.
You can't teach Derrick Henry how to run somebody over. You know what I'm saying? Like, Julio,
great point.
To make a athletic catch or OBJ. You can't coach this right here, coming backwards and catching it over the goal. You can't teach Peyton how to just throw far. You get what I'm saying? It's just something built there. You can't teach Jay how to throw far. It's just something built in him. Now you can teach him where his eyes need to be. You can teach him the coverage. That's different. I can't teach Lars how to write a book. That's something that you want to do your whole life. That's something that been ingrained in you since day one. That's your talent that you got.
Just waiting on him to read one.
Yeah.
Hey,
you can teach somebody how to read.
The only way you become a good writer is to read.
That's something TJ does a lot of.
Yeah, TJ does a lot of that, man. He's read all 14 of the Wimpy Kid books, man.
That's great. Good for him. E-Tax Breaks is amazing as well. $33,000 cash refund per employee available to you, no matter if you had a financial gain or loss this past year. And medium, small-sized business owners may be not aware of this additional government stimulus dollars available to you outside of the PPP loan. Check it out for yourself. The attorneys, tax attorneys and CPAs at E-Tax Breaks, they've been doing this for over many, many years. And their cash refunds are available to business through more than 3,000 federal and state programs, up $2 billion, what they've done for their clients thus far to date. And they can help you as well, and they can do it nationwide. So go online and check it out. 90% of small businesses are eligible. So take a few minutes, reach out to these guys, find out if your business qualifies. Go to etaxbreaks.com. That's etaxbreaks.com, or simply call 855-659-1231. That's 855-659-1231 for etaxbreaks.com.
The latest from PETA. You're probably not going to believe this, but do you ever believe anything they try and push on us? It's coming up on the Jay Barker Show.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. NMLS ID 128231. Equal housing lender. Non-licensed in all states, including New York. Offer based on loans over $250,000. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions.
What's better than a mortgage interest rate and APR in the twos? How about a cash out refi with an interest rate and APR in the twos? At Cash Call Mortgage, our customers are getting the cash they need from their home's equity and getting a low interest rate and APR in the twos. Imagine refinancing your mortgage to a rate and APR in the twos and taking cash out for the things in life you need. At Cash Call Mortgage, we'll even pay the title, escrow, and appraisal fees. Home values have soared, and interest rates are at all-time lows. But the clock is ticking on how long these rates and APRs will stay this low. Imagine a mortgage rate in the 2s and some extra cash in your pocket. For a free quote to see if you qualify, go to cashcallmortgage.com or call us today. Call 800-745-1952. That's 800-745-1952. 800-745-1952.
Van the Boot Man here, inviting you to shop the great selection of Carhartt products at both locations of Irving's. We have many styles of Carhartt logo tees, as well as some new colors in both Carhartt loose fit, heavyweight pocket tees, and the ever popular Force Relax Fit midweight tees in both long and short sleeves. Irving's also has a nice selection of Carhartt hoodies for both men and women. While shopping at Irving's, don't forget to check out all the new Carhartt caps and beanies in great new colors that you're sure to love. So remember, Carhartt at Irvin's, and tell them Van the Boot Man sent you.
Sip and save at Circle K with our great new drink subscription. Join Sip and Save today and enjoy one drink a day every day for just $5.99 a month. Enjoy your favorite Circle K ice cold fountain drink, Froster, or freshly ground coffee every day. That's 30 drinks a month for only $5.99. So sip and save at Circle K. Sign up in store or at CircleK.com. Circle K, take it easy.
You heard that safe drivers get rewarded with Snapshot from Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw an ad for a vintage baseball cap, and now you find yourself checking the stats of that team's second baseman in '97, wondering why his stolen base total dropped after his rookie season. Wonder how much his rookie card is worth. Yes, they said it was easy to save money with Snapshot from Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
In a collision, easy decision. One name, one firm, one call. Ms. Reno.
I made that one call to Mesrano after being hit by an 18-wheeler. He got me $875,000.
I made that one call to Mesrano after being T-boned on McFarland. He got me $125,000.
I made that one call to Mesrano after my fender bender. He got me $50,000.
One name, one call, one firm. Mesrano.
No representations made that quality legal services to be performed is greater than quality legal services performed by other lawyers.
No tricks, no gimmicks, just great buys here at Townsend Nissan with a super inventory of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, and most of all, crazy high trade-in values and finance rates as low as 0.9%. Don't wait and cost yourself thousands of dollars. Shop Townsend Nissan will be your best buying experience ever. And remember this, great selection, crazy trade-in values, super low rates, and lifetime powertrain warranties on new Nissans. Where should you buy your next vehicle?
Townsend Nissan, your family in the car business.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A cold late October day, mostly cloudy through tonight. We'll have some light rain or a drizzle at times. The high today 54, tonight's low 48. Tomorrow very cool, mostly cloudy, a small chance of a shower during the day. The high 58. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 53 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
As we wrap up hour number one, and I was going to ask Trent what you had coming up this weekend. Y'all got some games coming up this weekend? You just had a flat tire there on one of your headsets, didn't you? That's Antonio's came off. But yeah, what you got this coming up this weekend as far as some of the games and stuff? Y'all got any tournaments?
Well, I had this flat tire with my headphones. I'm pretty sure the Unc got this for free. So you pay
Oh,
for
yeah.
what you
I guarantee you that.
You pay for what you get.
Bet my life savings on that one.
But nah, this weekend, man, we off. You know, this classic weekend down here, Magic City Classic. So
That's right,
every little league team is off this weekend.
And I'm pretty sure that's why Alabama's off and why UAB's off. Is they create that, where the downtown Birmingham and the atmosphere and all the guys. When we were in college, I think Antonio talked about this one year. We were out there at Lars I wish we were out there today at the Magic City Classic as well. Always great to interview the coaches, see the players, hear about some of the great stories that are happening for both of the schools. But he said that he thought that it was always kind of planned that way. So a lot of the Bama players that were from the Alabama had family members that went to those schools could go and attend and be a part of that. So really good thing, and it should be a fun weekend.
Yeah, I brought Lincoln out there one year, and I think we've done the show out there twice. Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. And brought Lincoln out there. Loved it. The food, I mean, it just smells so good. The tailgating. Yeah. And then when Antonio was out with us, Antonio Langham,
like
man, he knew he knew basically every other person out there.
Yeah, I mean, he probably knew every person for real.
Yeah.
But man, Antonio's cousin got like a club right there behind Legion Field, so it's so close. I mean, it's in walking distance.
Oh wow!
And so I mean,
what's it called?
Onyx.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, that's right.
He tried to take Lars.
The press box.
Yeah, he
tried to take Lars to Onyx.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lars,
I don't know if I can
change your life. It'll change your life.
All right.
Trust me, you'll be in there about 6 in the morning.
You'll
be in there about 6 or 7 in the morning. I know that.
All right, we'll continue. Hour number 2 is coming up next. Stay with us live from AVX. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Achieving your personal best often comes down to how you feel. And when it comes to the right shoes, nothing feels better than New Balance. The fit specialists at the New Balance Birmingham store conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot size, shape, and gait, determining the best New Balance shoes for you. Experience the difference of custom fit today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
In July of 2022, the World Games are coming to Birmingham, Alabama. This international sporting event will trumpet Birmingham's arrival on the world stage. Thousands of athletes from across the globe will bring their hopes and dreams of winning gold. Their stories of perseverance and triumph will capture the world's imagination. This is the new generation of sport. This is the World Games 2022. Tickets on sale now at twg2022.com.
I know you know about Guthrie's Chicken Fingers, but do you know about the Guthrie family? 1992, they started selling chicken fingers. They were the first chicken finger restaurant and the first drive-through chicken finger restaurant ever. They've been around for over 50 years. Since the beginning, Guthrie's have been using only the finest ingredients in their Guthrie's boxes. While others have tried to copy, nothing tastes like Guthrie's chicken fingers dipped in that Guthrie's famous sauce. Guthrie's restaurants are expanding to give the entire U.S. a taste of their golden fried chicken fingers. Franchise opportunities are available. Go to Guthrie'sChicken.com. That's Guthrie'sChicken.com for more information. I want to tell you about my good friends at Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker. And look, Ken Needham has done a terrific job. Local company, 205-980-1505 is their number. That's 980-1505. Again, local, you can speak with the same team every time you give them a call. Full line of products from auto, home, boat, life. You'll trust them. They have a great deal as far as the relationships they build with their customers and 20 years with the same company and industry. Custom approach for your insurance needs. Give them a call, 980-1505. That is Southern Assurance Group.
When you go to turn on the lights, you expect them to work. Our team at Alabama Power does too. But sometimes extreme weather and events test our system. Knowing we're out there making repairs helps, but answers are what you deserve. So we're rolling out new tools to keep you informed, especially during storms. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see outages in your area and get updates on repair times. And sign up to get personalized outage alerts on your phone or computer for free. Learn more at alabamapower.com/alerts.
Rock and Roll Sushi, they're proud to be the original American-style sushi restaurant founded on great food and rock and roll music, boasting concepts and flavors big, bold, and loud. They're the only place to experience the rock you love, the rolls you love, with the ones you love. It all began back in Mobile, Alabama, and then a decade later, tucked inside the Mobile Mall, expanded to encompass more than 40 locations across the southeastern U.S. Since day one, the most rewarding part of their work has been seeing guests fall in love with the amplified dining experience and become fans who return again and again to the biggest hit in town. That's Rock and Roll Sushi. Get out today for lunch or dinner.
Birmingham's best Mexican restaurant for over 20 years and counting. That's La Paz Restaurant in Crestline Village and Mount Laurel. They've got a great staff, its delicious menu, award-winning cheese dip, and margaritas and vibrant atmosphere have helped to make La Paz a local favorite. Blue corn nachos, Texas barbecue quesadillas, steak and blue quesadillas, Baja fish tacos, signature fajitas, and much, much more. So head over to La Paz today. If you want a great lunch or a great dinner, you'll find all that at La Paz, Crestline, and Mount Laurel for lunch or dinner.
WTUG HD2 Northport and W265CG Tuscaloosa. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Touchdown. That championship trophy is headed back to Tuscaloosa. Now 15 dominating with this defense. Richardson breaks free on the sideline. End zone. How about that? You saw the Gatorade shower this time. I love it. Clippers wide open. Tide rolling again. Alabama again. The champions of college football. The Musa kicker and will not be caught. Touchdown great. Alabama back on top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown. Alabama wins. The Crimson Tide will not be denied. Devontae Smith cannot be stopped. Saban with his 7th national championship. National championship number 18. 13 in all. Absolute perfection.
Jay Barker led the Crimson Tide to a national championship in 1992. Winner of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award and a finalist in New York for the Heisman Trophy. Voted the SEC Player of the Year. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, seeing time with the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. The winningest quarterback in Alabama history with a record of 35-2-1. Member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Jay Barker brings that same championship quality and football expertise to his own radio network and show. Join him as University of Alabama professor Lars Anderson, who is also a New York Times best-selling author and a 20-year veteran of Sports Illustrated. Live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham, The Jay Barker Show.
So this is really cool. Bills legend Bruce Smith. Check it out. He's got a graveyard in his front lawn for Halloween. And the tombstones are marked with all the quarterbacks he's sacked. All 76 of them. From Marino to Aikman, Sims to Flutie, every name, every logo, every detail was put together by a local artist from Virginia Beach. The idea came about, as many good ideas do, on the golf course. Of course, one of Smith's good friends noticed on social media that Cleveland defensive end Myles Garrett has his own graveyard of gunslingers.
And they kind of convinced me, said, Bruce, you got to do this and show them what a real tombstone looks like or a real graveyard looks like.
That looks good. It is expansive. Oh, yeah. The artist says it took 2 full weekends of 16 hours to complete that. And man, oh man, I hope a lot of people go and take photos. I've already seen some pictures on social media. And he says, come on down, take a picture in front of it. I want to see those photos as well.
I like that he's inviting people to come and enjoy it because really it is just so cool. And I'd love to get some of the reaction from, those quarterbacks because I'm sure they'd be like, really, man? Really?
Welcome back in hour number 2 here on this Friday edition, and Alabama's got the week off. We got the Magic City Classic coming up. UAB's off. We got Georgia and Florida at the largest outdoor cocktail party, and also the Auburn Tigers and the Ole Miss Rebels. We are presented by Top Golf of Birmingham. Go check out Top Golf and Mark Grenier and all the great folks there at Top Golf. It is the bowling of this generation. You'll love the food, the atmosphere, and just a ton of fun for you, your family, your coworkers. Get out to Top Golf of Birmingham. Also driven by Sunny King Ford on the sunny side of the street, Oxford, Anniston, Tony Russell, and all the great folks there at Sunny King Ford. How often do top 10 teams lose against rivals outside the top 10? In the past 20 games, the Florida-Georgia rivalry has featured 6 losses for top 10 teams when they're facing an opponent outside of that tier. In all, 10 top teams have lost in past 20 Florida-Georgia games, but 4 of those matchups included 2 top 10 teams. So here's how it kind of breaks down as far as going up against. That includes the past 20 regular season matches between each sets of teams. Rankings are based on the Associated Press polls, but of that, there have been 6 losses in the Florida-Georgia game with top 10 teams. Oklahoma State, there have been 4. Alabama, Auburn, there's been 3. Florida State, Miami 2, Oklahoma, Texas 2, Florida State 2, Michigan, Ohio State 1, and UCLA, USC 1. So that data put together by the New York or the Washington Post, some of the graphs and stuff they've done leading up into this matchup, and they say this is where a lot of times dreams die for the SEC East in this particular matchup between Florida and Georgia. And I'll start with you, Trent. Being someone from Florida, grew up around, I'm sure, a few Florida Gator fans, and especially one Emmitt Smith, who was a great quarterback, great running back for the Florida Gators. But this matchup, what it means for both these teams, and for Kirby Smart, is you've known him for a long time, and that number one team in the country. How do they keep this thing rolling?
Well, first of all, Jay, I want to say you're a great reader, because I was that guy when they called on in a room. I wanted to pre-read it first. Jay, you just read it off the top of your head like it's just. I'm like, how is he doing this?
He
man?
taught me.
Did you ever count the number of students that were in front of you?
Yeah.
So you knew what paragraph you were going to get?
I did. I go pre-read it.
But no, Matt.
Funny, man.
Matt
did that.
Matt did help. I mean, early on, Matt would say two things. One, he said, slow down, which I still have a hard time with.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, we're in the back getting coffee one time. He walked up to me, gave me a piece of paper. You remember this? And it had a letter written on it. He goes, say that letter for me. And I go, W. He goes, it's double U.
Probably. and the radio.
And I go, you.
It was old. That's old school radio. You don't say W.
Yeah, you say W.
You say W. And I was taught that when I was 14 years old, and I've obviously gone a little overboard with it. I do remember doing that afterwards. I went, that was a really thing to do.
And then I think after that, I'd walk back in. We'd gone to get some coffee, and that's about the time when I heard Doug Layton in the coffee area going, what the? I mean, he's like screaming. I went, oh, shoot, I forgot to put the coffee thing back in.
He didn't put the carafe underneath the coffee, so it was just coming down, and it was going all over the break room floor. And Layton, who's one of the funniest people I've ever known in my life, first he said, good grief, who the blank didn't put, and I saw, and Jay is not a guy to be afraid. He had a look on his face like, oh my God, I've upset Doug Layton.
I hid from Doug. I was like, you want to do it likes Lucky, whatever this report? Locker report. There we go. All right, Florida, Georgia, real quick, just your take on that game.
Florida and Georgia, man, it's going to be a good turnout, man, because like you said, when you got rival games like that, being around Emmitt Smith and being around Kirby Smart, but, just being in the Alabama-Auburn game, and, not to keep coming back to that game, it's always up in the air. It's an emotional game. And so anytime we play against Auburn, man, they go up the first 14 points. It'd be 14-0. And it used to be like a feeling to where it's like, man, these guys here, they're going to get us with something every time. And no matter, who it is at the time, who's at quarterback, who's at running back, no matter what team we got, how good our team was. I mean, we was defending champs when we came back and played them. We had a chance to knock them off. We had them down 23-3 or something like that, or 24-3, and they came all the way back. And it wasn't just the Cam Newton show. They had a great defense that showed up. But I think with this game right here, man, Georgia cannot underestimate Florida, because if they do, this will be the team that would knock them off.
I think this is a bad matchup for Florida. The Gators are averaging statistically, it does not look good for them. One, they've lost 3 out of the last 4. But look, they average over 250 yards rushing per game. They're second in the SEC in rushing, 4th in the country, but they're going up against the best defense in the nation right now. The country in both total defense, just 208 yards per game, scoring defense 6.6, and we may see JT Daniels finally. Who knows? I mean, he's going to emerge at some point. It's that lateral strain, Jay, and maybe you could explain exactly what that is. But he hasn't played since September 26. But when he started, Bulldogs are 7-0, and frankly, they don't need to score many points on offense because that defense is so talented. And I believe that defensive lineman Jordan Davis, he needs to be included in the Heisman discussion because he is as dominating of a defensive lineman. I mean, it's since Quinnen Williams, frankly. Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, Warren Sapp was my year. We were together. There were 6 of us.
Beast.
Man, he could play. Yeah. And he deserved it, every bit of it.
Was he a talker on the field, Jay?
Oh yeah. On the field, off the field, on the basketball court, everywhere.
Just talk anyway.
Yeah.
We got to the Down Athletic Club, and so they gave us all
Florida in him.
Yes, right. Gave us all the workout gear and stuff to put on so we could go and work out or whatever else. So we saw the basketball court. First place we went to, the basketball court. So the 6 of us took on, we would, come in and out, but all these guys, it was so much fun. But when I saw Warren Sapp go up and do a 360 dunk and with no effort, and I was like, okay, this is unbelievable. But lots of fun.
He could do a 360. That's getting a lot of weight off.
Terrence Cody could.
Cody could dunk.
Oh man,
What do you weigh? 340?
No, Cody at that time, Cody was like 380, 390. But Cody can dunk, man.
I got shorted on hops somewhere in my life. I can't jump over a notebook, Trent.
And you got Lars over here laughing at you. Jump shot Lars over here laughing
now,
at you.
I've seen Lars, and Lars has a shot now.
That's what they say.
He has a shot.
Anyway, Jay, let's go back to your analysis of this game.
Lars don't want to get to that.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
I hurt my Achilles. No, I'm not going to go down.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Now, Jay, just again, your analysis of this Georgia-Florida game. Do you give Florida a puncher's chance here?
Yeah, because I think in that environment and, with it being a 50-50, supposed to be 50-50 split, even Shane Matthews said the other day that, normally a lot of times Florida can even have more because of the proximity. It really is a drive for Georgia fans and for Georgia to come down and play. I think this year's different being number one. They're going to have a great crowd and a great support. But look, Dan Mullen can scheme. That's one thing about it. He's had some time to do this. And I think, looking at Georgia over the year, you're going to get more and more data, more information. That trend, more film work. You get more things that you have tendencies on. I mean, it would be unbelievable if they could get, I say this, even though I really like Stetson Bennett. We asked Shane Matthews about him yesterday, and he could not go on and on. I mean, just raved about the young man. And I agree with him. He's such a competitor.
He's gotten a lot better since last year.
He's just a football player. He and the team responds to him. And so, if they were to go with JT Daniels, does that take something away from the team emotionally, psychologically, or does that do something better? I think Stetson's going to have to make mistakes in order for JT to get in, even if he can get in based on his health right now. But yes, I do think Florida has a shot. I think that shot is not a lot, but if things with his turnovers, not offensive touchdowns, being able to run the ball against that defense to some degree, and they've been to do that with some teams this year, then that opens up the downfield stuff. Their front seven on that defense of Georgia is amazing. I mean, they are very talented. They're big. They're fast and strong. I think the back end of that though is really probably more of a recollection of or something of what's happening up front more than is their play in the back half of that defense.
So, exactly.
So when I look at this game, right, that's the reason the reason that Jay just said, and Lars, what you saying, I don't feel like they got no shot. But Jay saying, like, I feel like it's a shot because it's a rival game. But at the end of the day, Florida's playing the national championship game this weekend. That's exactly what it is. And so when you play at Alabama or you play against a team like Georgia, but, Alabama, has won these national championships, every week is somebody national championship.
And also, Emory Jones capable of putting up having an amazing game.
Look what he did against Alabama.
Yeah, and they rank number one right now. So at the end of the day, they Georgia have everything to lose. Florida don't. So that's the scary part about when Alabama played Texas A&M. Nobody thought they had a shot, and I was sitting there saying, and I know Jay said the same thing too, and Coach Saban said the same thing too. This is the games that would get you, because you're playing down to their level. It's not, you don't walk in there and be like, well, we're gonna just blow this team out. But this team is doing everything they can. Trick plays, onside kick, special team mattered in that game.
I mean, that's an interesting point. If Georgia were to lose, then the SEC championship game essentially becomes a knockout game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. My big question in Florida is that are you going to get the Emory Jones that played against Alabama? Or you can get the other one.
I think he'll play better because that team is so similar, and he'd already seen this type of defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because they run the same stuff. I'm talking even from their peers. How was it? It was 2 years ago, and they had a period in there. I forgot what it was called, but it was something that we ran in Alabama. And so they asked Kirby. So Kirby, what does this period mean? He said, I don't know. Nick running Alabama, so we're gonna run it too. I mean,
sounds like
it's
Dabo.
Just so much similar. Yeah, Dabo. I mean, all of them.
Dabo copies.
Jimbo. Everybody that coached with Nick or underneath Nick, it's got the same system because it's worked.
Remember in was it 2007 when was it Marino scored the touchdown and Mark Rick had told the team to let's celebrate, and they got sportsmanlike conduct
because it was so unrick-like.
Yeah,
he think he would do that.
Sat there clapping the sideline, you know. And
did they end up winning?
The whole team went out there.
Did Georgia end up winning that?
No, I think they didn't.
They didn't.
Yeah,
do you remember Trent?
No, I don't think they did.
I thought that was completely classless.
It was not a good move. But when you think of Mark Richt, you think of a class guy.
Yeah,
you think of a guy that really, really comes out, and, brings his faith. But then I had not thought about that in a long time, Jay.
Guys, real quick, I've been to covered a couple of these Florida Georgia games down in Jacksonville, largest cocktail party. The pregame tailgate is not that impressive. It's a parking lot.
It's kind of like an everyday thing at Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah.
Like on the quad.
It feels like an NFL game.
Yeah, because the stadium is built that way, right?
Yeah.
It's built on that parking lot, and it's not like the campus feel to it all. But
2007, Georgia won 42-30.
Yeah, so it worked.
It ain't worked the next year.
It didn't seem to bother me when it happened.
Florida won the championship the next year.
Should have, because it was Florida.
Right.
And I wasn't real fond of it. Hey, guys, real quick. I talked about this a minute ago, and I hate to tease a subject and then not finish it. And I know this is different. But in baseball, PETA now wants the announcers, the owners, the players to refer to the bullpen, because that's the pen where bulls are held to be slaughtered. They want to call it the arm barn.
So we're just gonna switch everything now in the world.
The arm barn,
because people are getting too sensitive. I mean, this is
what do these people do with their time? They just sit around and go
correctness.
Oh,
the arm barn.
Now that's the only thing about it. That's clever. Arm barn. That's okay. But then there'd be some animal that lives in a barn that won't like that.
Right.
So then they'll have to come out and protest what they've suggested.
So are they talking to the animals?
Exactly.
They got Dr. Doolittle.
Animals are offended. The bulls are offended.
They got Eddie Murphy and his daughter. That's so Raven. Talking to the animals now.
Ricky Smith. He says they want to call it what? And Kobe was saying, "Hey, we won." So farm barn. No, arm barn. Like arm getting ready to pitch. Yeah.
All right.
What is this world?
Had to get that.
Hey, Fully Promoted, great sponsor, and they can help you with your brand as well when it comes to helping you promote your products and the things that you want to get out there to really set your brand apart and to get noticed. Fully Promoted offers extensive branding, marketing solutions to get your name in front of your potential customers. And again, they can do it on team gear, apparel, putting your logo on promotional products, trade show items, and printed materials. They can also provide you access to samples you can actually touch and feel, and that personalized service when it comes to product selection, decoration methods, and so much more to take your brand to the next level. Call Fully Promoted today at 205-406-6430. Mention you heard this ad on the Jay Barker Show for that special offer. That's 205-406-6430. And are you fully promoted? Got a tease for us going on?
Yeah, I do. There's
you said
y'all all know Carol Robinson.
Yeah,
she just made one of the funniest.
She's the longest tenured crime reporter in the United States.
She's very good.
Oh, yeah.
Professional, and people bash her. She just posted a tweet I'm going to share with you.
All right, cool.
Stay with us.
This is the Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
Sip and save at Circle K with our great new drink subscription. Join Sip and Save today and enjoy one drink a day every day for just $5.99 a month. Enjoy your favorite Circle K ice cold fountain drink, Froster, or freshly ground coffee every day. That's 30 drinks a month for only $5.99. So sip and save at Circle K. Sign up in store or at CircleK.com. Circle K. Take it easy.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Maureen saved big shopping epic daily deals at Amazon. So now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. And with her brand new tableware, everyone's welcome at Maureen's table. All of her family, friends, even her neighbor with the pet. Hey, has anyone seen a ferret around here? Found it. Dig into Amazon's epic daily deals. Spend less, smile more.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Mersana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It takes 2 vaccines to help protect you this season, the flu and COVID-19. And now you can get both shots at the same visit. Learn more at cdc.gov/vaccines. It takes 2 vaccines to help protect you this season, the flu and COVID-19. And now you can get both shots at the same visit. Learn more at cdc.gov/vaccines.
Join Randy Smalley and me, Captain Ray, for the Randy and Ray football forecast, where we pick the games against the spread. It's this Friday night, 11, following the high school scoreboard show on Tide 100.9. Brought to you by Randy Smalley, Floor and Tide.
Don't miss the grand reopening of Tuscaloosa Locksmith and Gunsmith's new location this Saturday from 10 till 2 with food and door prizes. Located at 1605 23rd Avenue, Tuscaloosa.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A cold late October day, mostly cloudy through tonight. We'll have some light rain or a drizzle at times. The high today 54, tonight's low 48. Tomorrow very cool, mostly cloudy, a small chance of a shower during the day. The high 58. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 53 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
All right, the players singing happy birthday to Coach Saban turns 70 coming up on Sunday on Halloween. And they said 70 and still a player was what was on his cake with his Kent State number 12 jersey on. And he had these, I don't know, it looked like a filter, I think, maybe on his
sunglasses.
Was sunglasses?
They were real?
Yeah, everybody had on glasses.
I thought that was Photoshop.
I did too. But you're right. There were some other guys in the background. I didn't know if the filter just did that. And you can't tell what's real now.
Yeah.
You know, over social media, the side-by-side photos of Nick Saban at 69 and Bear Bryant at 69 are so striking. Holy cow.
2 different lifestyles.
Yes.
Yeah. And also medical, you know, where we are now and longevity and understanding things better, but and also just genetics. I mean, genetics plays a huge role.
Well, I think we all know Paul William Bryant lived life to its fullest. Mm-hmm. I can remember being at his news conference and he'd be doing this. He'd be spitting the tobacco back out of his Chesterfield. And he didn't drink at his press conferences, but he did like to have cocktails.
And the Chesterfields were filterless, right?
Right.
Unfiltered.
That's why he had. That's
because
why
he thought you were not as much of a man if you smoked filtered cigarettes.
Well, and used to
I don't know.
And I mean, they were ads. You can look
That's
back,
what I-
on the 40s and 50s saying that smoking was good for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
that it was
yeah.
healthy. That it was something you should do, and it's great. Yeah. So then, real quick, my dream, man, I don't know, and I've told these guys is because the technology is there now, is to have a hologram.
Oh, I love this.
Of Coach Bryant, and at night games, let him walk out before Saban and the team do, like right to the goalpost, lean up against it, pull out a cigarette, smoke it, and then walk. Let
Jay
him
is a
lead out.
Jay's a genius.
Would that be possible?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
No,
Is there the technology?
there.
Well, they
exists for
did
that?
it in Star Wars, for goodness sake. You think they could do it now?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Didn't
Do you
Princess
remember?
Leia, wasn't she a
Yeah, so there's two. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
do you remember a few years ago they had Tupac as a hologram? He was on tour with Snoop.
They do Elvis now.
Yeah.
They've got all those out in Vegas. Yeah.
Oh.
So
And
I don't know.
and
The
they could do-
technology would have to. I guess they could do it right there at the
They got
ground
one in Whitney
level.
Houston now too.
Yeah. And then, some of the ones they do at the football games are more only TV. They don't see like the big Raven or the Panther.
Yeah,
that came through the Carolina Panthers and stuff. I mean, that's more of that. But they do have hologram. I just think that'd be. I mean, it would be him walking out. Then you'd have Stabler and other guys that would walk out behind.
What's my guy from Back to
people would
the
go
Future?
nuts.
We need to call them.
Where?
Back to the Future.
Oh yeah. What was his name?
Oh my
I
God,
forget his name.
You know, when Alabama would beat Tennessee back in the day, and Goose Tree, I think, really started, may have been the guy to start the tradition, but Coach Bryant would hand out cigars, but they would also hand out cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to smoke a Chesterfield, you could have smoked. Can you imagine? And especially in post game now, everybody fired up a Chesterfield at Bryant Denny Stadium.
Look back at NFL old pictures, guys, at halftime.
Len Dawson, halftime of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer.
I love
hanging
that.
out.
I love that. That's one of my favorite all-time
I
pictures.
got a funny
But Trent,
story
okay,
about cigarettes.
Trent, you
really.
you played for Coach Saban when he celebrated his 60th birthday, and now he's about ready to celebrate 70, and you are still very, very close to him. What is the biggest difference between Coach Saban at 60 as opposed to Coach Saban at 70?
Well, first of all, when we did this for Coach Saban at 60, he hated it because he got the number 60 as a jersey. He was like, so this how y'all gonna do it? y'all can at least give me a single digit number.
Yeah.
But no, just the difference now. I think he's more laid back, and he's more. I don't want to say he's closer to the players, but he's more committed to learning these players' personalities, and I think that's how he got. Had kickers working out with us. He would have, the punters and stuff like that. They'll be some of the strongest people on the team. And so now, he's got to a place where the world is so different with it's so psychological now to where he got to be a therapist to everybody and be softer on some guys because guys feel like they're entitled. It's not the same as it used to be. I mean,
does he talk to players about their families? There's just stuff that's going on off the field because Dabo Swinney, for instance, he's always talking to his kids just about non-football related matters. Is Coach Saban the same way?
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest reasons I went to Alabama, because I had kids in high school. So I had my baby, my oldest girl, my sophomore year, and I had my baby girl my senior year. And so we would always have conversations, while we were doing our morning walks, when we have a night game, or we'll be, we sit by each other in the movies. When we go watch a movie, I had to be the one to sit right by him every time. Or when we was on a plane, I sat by him, and he would just talk to me about, different stuff like my family, my kids. It was one time, man, and it was a bowl game, right? And it was we was going to the Orange Bowl, Citrus Bowl, because we went down to it was in Orlando. And we had to travel on Christmas, and I felt so bad I couldn't be there with my kids on Christmas, and I was upset about it, and because I was upset because all the coaches had their kids at the dinner that we had, and I didn't go off, but I wanted to, but I went off to Coach Cochran. He's like, man, I understand. Let's go talk to coach. You go talk to coach. I went to talk to coach about it. He was just like, Trent, I get it, you know, and I'm sorry that, that it happened like this, and, call your kids, let's get them on the phone, let me apologize to them. And so, he was like, well, next time, this is the situation you get when we're not winning, or, guys are not on the same page. And I understood what he was saying. And it taught me a lesson right then and there. Like, well, hell, y'all need to win more games. And then we don't need to be in this situation no more. But he wasn't saying it just like that. But he was sitting there breaking it down to me as, like, hey, these are the results that happen. And so he was like, well, no, next time I wouldn't have everybody else's family up here, because that's selfish of me to do that. He took all the blame for it. And right then it just showed me, it gave me more respect for him as a man and as a father, as just a human, because he was so into, making sure that all the players that, they was one with the team, and, he was part of the team. So, he wanted to, feel as, I wouldn't tell y'all to do something that I won't put myself through or my family through either.
Great stuff.
That is really
awesome, Gus.
All right, tonight coming up Friday, October 29th, you got Navy at Tulsa, 6:30 p.m. on ESPN2, UNLV at Nevada. It's at 9 o'clock. That's the late game tonight as we continue here, hour number 2 on this Friday edition. Some really great stuff there from Trent with his relationship with Coach Saban and players alike. Hey, Local Realty, Jeremy and Gina Miller, great people, great family. They can help you when it comes to not just saving money, really making money on the sale of your home. They realize this is maybe your largest investment. And being your largest investment, you want to get the most equity out of it on the sale. They realize that. They know that you're going to take it, either buy a new home, retirement, education, vacation, but it's your money. And what they want to do is give you a flat fee, $2,900 flat fee on the sale side, up to a $500,000 listing. It's going to save you thousands of dollars. They've saved millions for many people in the Birmingham metro area and have sold thousands of homes and now expanding north and south Alabama as well. They'll continue to get bigger and bigger. Great family, great company. Check them out for yourself. 5-star on Zillow. And that's localrealtyflatfee.com, localrealtyflatfee.com for more information on Local Realty.
Carol Robinson on Twitter. She's the police beat writer for the whole state of Alabama. A man just called the Birmingham police because his wife went into a store an hour ago and hasn't come back out. Call the police? Is your wife shopping too much? All right. Also,
that is right. That is weird. Yeah.
And she's funny. I mean, she's
got
a sense of humor.
Is she missing in the store?
No, she's just shopping. And then, it's just another one of those.
I agree with him. I agree with him.
Get in and get out.
Hey.
Yeah, I agree with him.
Call the police on your wife for spending too much money.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
I'm okay with that.
Was it the mall cop?
Thank you, Trent. I have a totally different view of that post now because of you. Coming up, Lars Anderson reveals his Halloween costume. We're going to reveal it too, and it's hysterical.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team by contacting them at avxinc.com.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. If you're average and you're looking for a new pair of running or walking shoes, I suggest you go to an average shoe store, where they'll sell you a pair of average shoes built for the average person with average size feet. But here's the thing, you're not average. No one is. We all exercise differently. We run differently. We walk differently. And our feet come in all sorts of widths and lengths. That's why at the New Balance Birmingham store, we employ fit specialists who will conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot's size and shape, along with your gait, and then determine the best New Balance shoes custom fit to you. Because New Balance isn't your average shoe, and you're not average either. Experience the difference an unaverage custom fit makes today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country, and Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds, built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in J Barker for a special discount code. That's J Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on the J Barker Show. Siebel's in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app. Visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan. Letter C, letter O.
Marino up over the top. Did he break the plane? Yes. Georgia, touchdown. And here comes the entire team. Watch this for excessive celebration. We may have 15 hankies in the air on this one. I can't believe this.
This was planned. This was absolutely planned. And Mark Richt decided that he is going to try to fire his team up. He's tired of Florida having the psychological advantage. He's willing to give up the penalty. Look at that. That was a planned move.
All right, that's when Georgia flooded the field. Mark Richt we were talking about earlier, and the call from that particular play as we await also get the coming up. Peter Burns from the SC Network is going to be joining us in about 7-8 minutes. Look forward to that. Get his thoughts on some of the big matchups this weekend. Josh, whenever if you're able to pull that picture up, we're talking about Halloween costumes. We'll go around the room for a second on that, and then pull up one that he sent to Josh Lars did of a I guess Halloween costume. It was a group thing. Let's just say he was on top by far.
Wow, Jay.
I didn't mean that bad. It's not like he's always on top.
When we get the picture up, everybody will understand exactly what you meant. Yeah. It's an accurate statement.
All right, Matt. So let's start with you. What is the best Halloween costume you've worn throughout your life?
Probably the one Jay gave me. But a quick story. When we would practice football,
and it wasn't
we'd have our football uniforms on, and we would just walk home from football practice knocking on doors as football players and put the candy in our helmet. I always thought that was kind of clever.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, Trent.
Well, my first Halloween that I can, go back to remember, I was a bum.
Just the way you say that.
What about your costume?
I remember I had holes in my shirt. I had I don't know if it was mud or something they rubbed on my face. And my shorts was real small, and I had like a trash bag for
you were doing Trading Places. That's what it was. You were Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I had a trash bag for my candy bag. But after that, I was just a football player for the rest of my life.
Police officer. I'm sorry. I was the inmate, and Sarah was the police officer. And then another one was we're both pirates.
Sure, that was Halloween.
It was.
Yeah, that's like every Friday night.
Arrest me.
That's what happens when you get married.
We're handcuffs involved.
Do we have? Hey, also on the comments, throw up some of your best Halloween costumes you've worn. We'd love to hear from you guys, and kind of what maybe some of your favorites you've seen over the while. Do you have that picture of Lars, Josh? If you got it.
Well, I'll spill the beans here. It's really too much buildup. But when I was a senior in high school,
hold your phone up to that camera right there and show them the picture.
Yeah,
I can't believe
we'll just go old school.
I can't believe my granddaddy wife made me and my cousin be a bum. I'm just talking about it.
Well, it was an easy costume to make.
Yeah.
Now suddenly
I did that when I was young too.
Go to your text, and then you'll find it right
there.
But I'll
my texts are all.
We texted Josh, and he had to email it to himself to get it up on the screen. So that's why it's not his fault. It's ours not for getting it to him quicker.
How do you make a kid be a bum, man? Hold on.
I was a hobo.
All
we
right.
used to call him hobos.
Oh, here we go.
I was a
no,
hobo.
He's got it. Here it comes.
Okay.
There it is.
There, look
no,
at
you got to
that.
show it. He's got it.
It's on screen,
now.
Okay.
It's on screen.
Yeah. So when I was a senior in high school, dressed up as a cheerleader with some other guys, and I was on the top of the pyramid.
You were.
And then went out that night as the cheerleader.
Revenge of the Nerd.
So
that's great. We got to get a break. We got Peter Burns coming up, but let that get ingrained in your memory for a while.
Yeah. That's one of the best pictures I've ever seen.
What got up your blouse?
Hey, I'm on top.
Yeah.
2 bits. 4 bits. Yeah.
6 bits $1.
That's it.
All
Come on.
for Southeast Nights, stand up and holler.
Peter Burns, SEC Network. He'll be hollering at us. Coming up next.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Don't miss the grand reopening of Tuscaloosa Locksmith and Gunsmith's new location this Saturday from 10 till 2 with food and door prizes. Located at 1605 23rd Avenue, Tuscaloosa.
In a collision, easy decision. One name, one firm, one call. Ms. Reno.
I made that one call to Mesrano after being hit by 18-wheeler. He got me $875,000.
I made that one call to Mesrano after being T-boned on McFarland. He got me $125,000.
I made that one call to Mesrano after my fender bender. He got me $50,000.
One name, one call, one firm. Ms. Reno.
No representations made that quality legal services to be performed is greater than quality legal services performed by other lawyers.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the world is throwing everything it has at you. And to succeed, you need someone to guide you through. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice to help you navigate whatever challenges you're up against and get you safely to where you want to be. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Man the Boogman here, inviting you to shop the great selection of Carhartt products at both locations of Irving's. We have many styles of Carhartt logo tees, as well as some new colors in both Carhartt loose fit, heavyweight pocket tees, and the ever popular Force Relax Fit midway tees in both long and short sleeves. Irving's also has a nice selection of Carhartt hoodies for both men and women. While shopping in Irving's, Urbans. Don't forget to check out all the new Carhartt caps and beanies in great new colors that you're sure to love. So remember, Carhartt at Urbans, and tell them Van the Bootman sent you.
Cardiology consultants Doctors Hill, Anderson, Lewis, Shaw, Caraway, and Proctor welcomes Dr. Vishal Daya to their practice in November. Dr. Daya is board certified in cardiovascular disease and is board eligible in interventional cardiology. Cardiology consultants are pleased to welcome Dr. Daya to the team of high quality and compassionate physicians. Now accepting new patient appointments, 205-752-0694.
You know what happens in a plasma chamber? Big stuff. Science stuff. Diamonds. I'm Tom Osmond. Fincher & Osmond Jewelers carries artisan-created diamonds.
Earth and human safe.
And bigger. Lots bigger.
Fincher & Osmond diamonds from the mines or artisan-created diamonds.
They're all diamonds.
If you want to give her the big stuff, you've got to see these diamonds.
FincherandOsmond.com. A little tricky to find on McFarland Boulevard between Edgar's and Local Roots.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A cold late October day, mostly cloudy through tonight. We'll have some light rain or a drizzle at times. The high today 54, tonight's low 48. Tomorrow very cool, mostly cloudy, a small chance of a shower during the day. The high 58. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 53 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Welcome back in. We are going to finish out hour number 2 on this Friday edition, heading into a big weekend of college football. Florida Gators, Georgia Bulldogs, Ole Miss at Auburn. Also, World Series continues this weekend as well with Atlanta and the Astros. But we bring in a great friend of the show and a guy that I know he's busy as can be, especially on a Friday, getting ready for a big weekend of football, but always gracious enough to come on and spend time with us. That's Peter Burns coming to us from the SEC Network. Peter, always great to have you on. Thanks for being with us.
What's up, boys? Yeah, I would say it's a busy weekend, even more so this weekend. I got the whole family coming in town because, like Nick Saban, my son and my daughter both have Halloween birthdays. So my daughter's going to be turning 4, and my son Tom is going to be turning 2. So, yeah, it's a chaotic weekend, and that's not including SEC football.
Amazing. How'd you get that done?
Yeah, that sounds like some planning.
There was a stork that came in and delivered us a kid. Yeah, I want to be family friendly here, but you can always tell after football season. My wife and I go on a little vacation around January, and sure enough, 9.5 months later, a little burns popped out of the out of the stork's carriage there.
I love it. Hey, let's. First of all, just the games coming up this weekend for the SEC. We got a lot of teams off like LSU and Alabama getting ready for their matchup. But let's just go and start with Auburn and Ole Miss and get your take on this game. And, a lot for not only Lane Kiffin, but I think for Brian Harsin. I mean, you talk about a night game, that atmosphere, people maybe not question marks, but still realizing it's his first year. This could be a huge turning point for this program and for the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, especially because not only is Ole Miss, ranked so high and they're playing well, it's just the idea of, hey, look, there's Lane Kiffin who gets all of the social media love and all of the headlines, right? And they can change that awfully quickly if all of a sudden Bo Nix played like he played 2 years ago against Ole Miss. I think he threw for almost 400 yards, and that was really a great game that he had in that first, in his freshman campaign. The thing for me right now is that I'm really curious to see, and we were talking about it on the show this morning, how Derek Mason is going to play this defense, right? I mean, it's not like it's not like a really blitz heavy scheme that it feels like Auburn runs. They're more kind of contained, and I think that's what Derek Mason likes, which kind of, no pun intended, corrals Matt Corral a little bit, right? I mean, people get in trouble when they try to blitz Matt Corral, make him make a mistake because he can hurt you with his arm and he can hurt you with his legs, and Ole Miss can run the ball so extremely well. So I think this is actually a game that Ole Miss struggles simply because of the scheme that Derek Mason likes to have with this Auburn defense.
Peter, give us your analysis of Florida, Georgia. Do you give Florida a chance in this game?
I mean, I give them about the same chance that A&M had against Alabama, right? Slim and none. But then again, guess what? Slim won. So I think for me, if Florida has a chance of winning this game, it is because Anthony Richardson was the starting quarterback, and Anthony Richardson grew up to be, the next great quarterback right in front of our eyes. I mean, I remember when Dan Mullen was over at Mississippi State, I believe it was Tyler Russell was the quarterback. And he was solid. He was okay. But they had this new kid named Dak Prescott who, hey, they're trying to, get a little bit more reps. And they said, all right, well, I'm just handing the keys over to Dak Prescott, and look what happened. I think that's the thing that has to happen for Dan Mullen is you have developed some offense, and this is the scheme around Georgia. The problem is I think where Florida has been really good this year is being able to run the ball. And frankly, I don't know if anybody's going to have success running the ball consistently against Georgia. I think the only way a team can beat them is if you could stretch the field a little bit more. And I'm just not sure Florida can do that with lack of playmakers at the wide receiver position and Anthony Richardson still learning the position.
How good, in Peter Burns' memory of other defenses, how good is Georgia's?
I mean, it reminds me a step better than 2017. Remember when they had Roquan Smith? That was good. I mean, it gives me a little bit of shades of 2011, both LSU and Alabama. I mean, that it's just suffocating, right? I mean, like, it just doesn't feel like you just kind of throw up your hands if you're playing them doing, what the hell am I supposed to do here? I don't know how to get it done. So, I think it's just a throwback team. And I think, the thing is for Georgia is you probably got six NFL guys on the defensive side of it. So as much as people talk about Jordan Davis, it's Nakobe Dean, it's a handful of others. It's just a big team atmosphere on that defensive squad. So, I mean, it's probably the best that we've seen at least in the last 5 years, if not maybe since those 2011 LSU Alabama teams.
Peter Burns, SEC Network, joining us on this Friday edition. Get ready for a big weekend of college football. One of the other games, too, that's pretty intriguing is Kentucky. How do they bounce back after their loss to Georgia 30-13? They're at Mississippi State, and that game is 6 p.m. Right there on the SEC Network. How good is Kentucky? I mean, is Georgia just that good to limit them to 13 points on that defense side of the ball, and how do you think they bounce back?
Yeah, I mean, I think they bounce back really well. I mean, this year for Mark Stoops has all been about kind of getting past the bucket list, right? And that bucket list was, hey, beating Florida in Lexington. They've done that. And one of the things that, oddly enough, they haven't been able to do is to beat Mississippi State in Starkville. And, when I talk to people around those football facilities, that there is as much, not excitement's not the right word, but there's as much hyperactivity and hyper awareness about Mississippi State as there might have been about Georgia, because this has been kind of just a thorn in their side, not being able to win there. So they even changed the way that they travel in. They've really been working on, that air raid defense. And guess what? I mean, last year, Mississippi State scored 2 points against the secondary. So they, that they didn't have any success whatsoever offensively. And I think that's the same thing. I think Kentucky rolls this game fairly easy.
Peter, you've been with the SEC Network since it launched on August 14th, 2014. It's 6 p.m. Eastern, to be exact. I was actually working for the SEC Network back then as well. But you've gotten to know Nick Saban very well over the years. So from when you first got to know him to now, given the fact he's turning 70 on Sunday, on Halloween, a good time to reflect. How do you think he's changed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's changed from maybe the best coach in college football to the greatest coach in college football history. I mean, I think that's happened over the last 7 years, and obviously with the championship, but just the consistency of his program. So I think that's one of the things that he's taken that extra step. But I was talking about this with Chris on our show on SEC Network this morning. Is that I feel like. He's a kinder, gentler Saban, because I think he's always been that to people who actually know them. But I think that he's willing to show that side a little bit more. Kind of even after the game against Tennessee. I mean, he was jovial. He was happy. It was a good win. He complimented the guys. And, I think a lot of people look at Saban in the just, carrying into Lane Kiffin on the sidelines, and I don't think that's necessarily fair. I think last year, not being able to play in the Auburn, coach the Auburn game, almost missing the Georgia week, I think it was kind of a pause for him to reflect back and go, hey, this is pretty cool. I get an opportunity to do this. And I think he's probably more appreciative than ever before after what happened last year.
All right. Happy birthday to Coach Saban. His birthday cake's at 70 and still a player. And happy birthday to your kids as well, coming up on this Sunday. Peter, thank you, my man. Always great to have you on. Have a great SEC weekend and some great games to watch. We appreciate your time today.
Always, boys. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, man. Thank you.
I just did a show with a bum, a cheerleader, and a convict.
You're
in a hobo.
He's a
in a hobo. Let's make sure we say hobo.
Is that what you're dressed as right now?
Hey, this is my ride.
I like that. I like that. Motor Racing Network.
Yeah, this is
MRN.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for listening in. Thank you for your comments as well. And all the predictions coming up this weekend. Who do we like real quick? Georgia, Florida.
I like Georgia, but I think Florida could pull an A&M.
I got to go with Kirby.
I think Georgia's going to stomp them by about
Georgia.
3 touchdowns.
Ole Miss, Auburn.
I'm going with Ole Miss.
Oh, I can never.
Auburn.
Ole Miss.
I knew where you two were going.
Hey, have a great weekend and a great Friday. God bless all of y'all. Thank y'all for being with us. And have a wonderful time with your family, and be safe on Halloween this Sunday as well. We'll see you for the Monday edition right here live from AVX. BamaInsider, like and subscribe. We'll see you there as well. Thanks to Josh Smith, our producer. Have a great weekend.
When you go to turn on the lights, you expect them to work. Our team at Alabama Power does too. But sometimes, extreme weather and events test our system. Knowing we're out there making repairs helps, but answers are what you deserve. So, we're rolling out new tools to keep you informed, especially during storms. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see outages in your area and get updates on repair times. And sign up to get personalized outage alerts on your phone or computer for free. Learn more at alabamapower.com/alerts.
We all want to create a product or service that's going to change the marketplace. Jeremy and Gina Miller have done it with LocalRealty.com. LocalRealty.com, they've saved sellers over $600,000 in listing fees just in the last 2 years alone. How do they do it? The full service flat listing fee of $2,900, saving you thousands. 5-star ratings on Zillow with over 400 testimonials. Sold over 1,000 plus homes in the Birmingham metro area since 2016. Go online at LocalRealty.com or give them a call at 205-564-3200. That's 564-3200 for Local Realty. I know you know about Guthrie's Chicken Fingers, but do you know about the Guthrie family? 1992, they started selling chicken fingers. They were the first chicken finger restaurant and the first drive-through chicken finger restaurant ever. They've been around for over 50 years. Since the beginning, Guthrie's have been using only the finest ingredients in their Guthrie's boxes. While others have tried to copy, nothing tastes like Guthrie's chicken fingers dipped in that Guthrie's famous sauce. Guthrie's restaurants are expanding to give the entire U.S. a taste of their golden fried chicken fingers. Franchise opportunities are available. Go to Guthrie'sChicken.com. That's Guthrie'sChicken.com for more information.
I want to tell you about my good friends at Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker. And look, Ken Needham has done a terrific job. Local company, 205-980-1505 is their number. That's 980-1505. Again, local, you can speak with the same team every time you give them a call. Full line of products from auto, home, boat, life. You'll trust them. They have a great deal as far as the relationships they build with their customers and 20 years with the same company and industry. Custom approach for your insurance needs. Give them a call, 980-1505. That is Southern Assurance Group.
Whether it's for lunch or dinner, head out to the Cajun Steamer. It's a New Orleans-style joint that serves authentic Cajun and Creole food, cold beer, and great drinks. They are known for their wide array of Cajun classics and original creations prepared in an authentic fashion. This Louisiana kitchen can have you slapping the table for more. Stop by the Cajun Steamer and sign up for your Alabama, LSU, or Auburn fan card. Eat with the Cajun Steamer while your team is on TV and use your fan card to receive a 15% discount on your entire meal. With locations in Hoover, Trustful, Huntsville, and Franklin, Tennessee, they've got you covered. Head out today to the Cajun Steamer.
Rock and Roll Sushi, they're proud to be the original American-style sushi restaurant founded on great food and rock and roll music, boasting concepts and flavors big, bold, and loud. They're the only place to experience the rock you love, the rolls you love, with the ones you love. It all began back in Mobile, Alabama, and then a decade later, tucked inside the Mobile Mall, expanded to encompass more more than 40 locations across the southeastern U.S. Since day one, the most rewarded part of their work has been seeing guests fall in love with the amplified dining experience and become fans who return again and again to the biggest hit in town. That's Rock and Roll Sushi. Get out today for lunch or dinner.
Birmingham's best Mexican restaurant for over 20 years and counting. That's La Paz Restaurant in Crestline Village and Mount Laurel. They've got a great staff. Its delicious menu, award-winning cheese dip, and margaritas and vibrant atmosphere have helped to make La Paz a local favorite. Blue corn nachos, Texas barbecue quesadillas, steak and blue quesadillas, Baja fish tacos, signature fajitas, and much, much more. So head over to La Paz today. If you want a great lunch or a great dinner, you'll find all that at La Paz, Crestline, and Mount Laurel for lunch or dinner.
Following this summer's Tokyo Olympic Games, the eyes of the world will turn to Birmingham, Alabama, and the World Games 2022. Next July, the world will come together for the South's largest international sporting event since the 96 Centennial Olympic Games. 3,600 athletes will compete for gold in 34 sports, including lacrosse, softball, gymnastics, flag football, and more. Tickets are on sale now. Buy yours at twg2022.com.
WTUG HD2 Northport and W265CG Tuscaloosa, a Town Square media station.
One man to beat, you can forget about it. Touchdown, Alabama.
Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Game on! Game on! That's the name of the game, defense.
Teague going right, and he's not going to make it. Christian Barmore goes laterally, and he'll stop Teague short of the yard line to gain. And Alabama will take over on.
That's part of the game.
Looks wide open, left side. Najee out of the backfield, makes the grab at the 10. Cuts inside the defense. He'll fire forward. He's got a touchdown.
You got to play one game at a time. And a lot of people take a lot of things for granted. And I get asked questions like, well, how important is it for the young guys to get to play this week? Well, how the hell do you know they're going to get to play? I mean, what makes you think that you can just assume that they're going to get to play?
Every game is a season unto itself.
Forrestall in motion, handoff Najee, touchdown.